SpaceX launched and landed a used rocket today. Deck 15. Pulling off yet another spaceflight double play during a delivery mission for NASA that gets the company a big step closer to its goal of complete reusability. SpaceX two-stage Falcon 9 rocket lifted off today at 10:36 a.m. Est 15:36 GMT from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida, sending the company's robotic Dragon capsule on a resupply run to the International Space Station ISS that just might include some Christmas presents for the station's crew. Both the rocket and its payload have previous spaceflight experience. This Dragon visited the orbiting lab back in April 2015, and the Falcon 9 first stage launched a different Dragon toward the ISS in June 2017. Never before had SpaceX launched a pre-flown spacecraft to top a pre-flown rocket, and never before had the company employed a used rocket on a cargo mission for NASA. See more photos of SpaceX Falcon 9 Dragon launch for NASA here. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and Dragon cargo ship lift off from Space Launch Complex 40 at the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, Florida on Deck 15, 2017 to deliver NASA cargo to the International Space Station. Both the rocket and Dragon have flown in space before. Credit NASA Tony Gray and Sandra Joseph. The agency approved the use of a pre-flown booster after conducting an extensive review of the risks involved, NASA officials said. We're very comfortable that the risk posture on this vehicle is not significantly greater than on a new booster, Kirk Shireman, NASA's ISS program manager, said in a pre-launch briefing Monday. Deck 11. We think of it as equivalent risk. Less than 10 minutes after liftoff today, the Falcon 9 first stage came back for another pinpoint 2 count, the second of its operational life, at Landing Zone 1, a SpaceX facility at Cape Canaveral. SpaceX has now pulled off 21st stage landings during orbital flights and reflown landed boosters on 4 separate occasions. Such activities are part of SpaceX's effort to develop and rapidly reusable spaceflight systems, a key priority of the company and its billionaire founder and CEO, Elon Musk. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket first-stage booster approaches Landing Zone 1 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida after launching a Dragon cargo delivery mission to the International Space Station for NASA on Deck 15, 2017. It marked the second launch for Falcon 9 booster and Dragon spacecraft. Credit NASA TV. In the long run, reusability is going to significantly reduce the cost of access to space, and that's what's going to be required to send future generations to explore the universe, SpaceX Dragon mission manager Jessica Jensen said during Monday's briefing. Reusable rocket systems, how they work. Infographic. We want to be able to send thousands of people into space, not just tens, Jensen added. Reusability is a very key part of that, and we're excited, because tomorrow is just one step closer to that. The Falcon 9 was originally scheduled to launch Tuesday, Deck 12, but SpaceX delayed it by a day to have more time for ground systems checks, and then again by 2 additional days to conduct further inspection and cleaning after particles were discovered in the rocket's second-stage fuel system. As the Falcon 9's first stage was landing today, the rocket's expendable second stage kept powering the Dragon to orbit. If everything goes according to plan, the capsule will get to the ISS on Sunday. Deck 17, delivering about 4,800 pounds, 2,180 kilograms of scientific hardware and other supplies to the orbiting lab. The science gear aboard the Dragon is a diverse and interesting lot. For example, there's a sensor designed to measure just how much solar energy hits Earth, and another one that aims to gauge the amount of space junk whizzing around the planet in the ISS orbit. SpaceX Dragon cargo ship filled with NASA supplies separates from its Falcon 9 rocket upper stage after a successful launch from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, Florida on Deck 15, 2017. It is the Dragon's second delivery trip to the International Space Station. Credit NASA TV. Another experiment seeks to determine the least amount of gravitational pull that plants can detect. The results could help settlers grow crops on the Moon and Mars, project leaders have said. Also aboard the Dragon is a roughly microwave-size machine built by California-based startup Made in Space that will make exotic ZBLAN optical fiber aboard the ISS. ZBLAN has the potential to be much higher performance than standard silica optical fiber, company representatives have said. But it's tough to make usable ZBLAN fiber here on Earth because our planet's gravitational pull induces crystal impurities in the stuff, they added. Made in Space hopes to sell large amounts of space-produced ZBLAN fiber on Earth. The newly launched machine will help the company determine just how realistic that goal is, Made in Space representatives said. The spaceflight company Spacex is one of several firms building private space taxis and cargo ships to launch astronauts and supplies into space. But there's more to SpaceX than meets the eye. Test your SpaceX know-how here. 0 of 10 questions complete quiz. How well do you know SpaceX Dragon spaceship? 0 of questions complete. This be the first time that we've leveraged the space environment to manufacture a product in space that, because it was manufactured there, it's got these amazing properties that are actually useful and commercially viable, we hope, down on the ground, Made in Space CEO Andrew Rush said in a different pre-launch briefing Monday. The folks who packed Dragon may have squeezed a few stocking stuffers for the ISS crew members in as well. I cannot confirm nor deny the presence of Christmas presents, Shireman said. There are crew care packages, and as program manager I don't have to go inspect all those. So it wouldn't surprise me, but I can't say for certain. The Falcon 9 lifted off today from Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral. This was the first launch in more than a year from Pad 40, which was damaged by a Falcon 9 explosion during a routine pre-flight test on September 1, 2016. Follow Mike Wall on Twitter at @MichaelWall and Google. Follow us at space.com, Facebook at Google. Originally published on space.com.